Hello and welcome to Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Rutgers taking on Sacred Heart today from Pro Skate Ice Arena in South Brunswick, New Jersey. I think this thing is still on. Is this how microphones still work? I still remember how to speak into these. It has been 72 days since my last broadcast that we just pointed out today. I'm John McCooch here with you between the adventure of Rutgers taking on Sacred Heart. The game of hockey is always a great time. The best part about it is there are no games that don't matter. This is a game between two division opponents in the Northeast Atlantic section of the MCHC, and they're going to go at it today. Sacred Heart, Rutgers, two teams that battle in red. Knights taking on Pioneers today for this one. First off, thank you to Breakout Sports Broadcasting for being patient, awaiting my good old return to broadcasting. I've been waiting for this. I know Carollo and everybody have been waiting for today, and this is just a great time so far. There's been some chaos in Breakout Sports Broadcasting since I've been gone. I'm looking to calm you all down right now because, again, we had a situation with the ice yesterday with one of the teams. I don't know what happened. That doesn't happen when I'm around, okay? We get some good luck. We play ice. We have hockey. But Rutgers, it's always good to be back. It's good to see a lot of these familiar faces. There was a lot of history last night as well made, so it's good to follow that up. Gavin Rieger became the all-time leading scorer in this team's history after a goal by Ivan Patapovich last night. The third goal of the game, Gavin Rieger again. A huge accomplishment. And also, Jamie Zimmerman, the fastest player in the history of Rutgers, his team, the D2, D3 side, to reach 100 points in his career. And he's only a junior, by the way, so when Gavin Rieger decides to hang his cleats up, his skates up, well, Jamie Zimmerman's right behind him when you talk about all-time leading scorers as well. You've got two real historic players, two of the greatest players to ever put on the Rutgers Scarlet Knight uniform playing today after making history last night. And here's the best part about it. You have to find out how to not kind of get too high off that. You have to figure out, just keep playing your game. You're making history as you keep going. But Rutgers, they've got some things to work on. They're sitting at about 500 on the year, and they've got a Sacred Heart team who's had their struggles this season. 5-8 is the record of Sacred Heart. The Pioneers, again, just trying to find their way in the Atlantic standings in the MCHC. And we'll see what they'll be able to do tonight. Rutgers, we got a narrative today. They came out later than Sacred Heart did for the warm-ups. It's what they've been doing sometimes. We'll see if Rutgers maybe has a bit of a slower time coming out today. But when you take a look at Rutgers, they took down Stevens yesterday 10-2. They knew history was on the line for two of their star players. Stevens has had some struggles this season as well. So it kind of was not the most surprising result to see a blowout by Rutgers. They've had some strong moments, and their offense has definitely been clicking as of late these past few weeks. They had 8 goals on November 16th, 5 on November 15th, and 4-4 in the previous 2 games before that as well. So this Rutgers team, they know how to score. They put up goals, they put up numbers, and they definitely expect to do it again tonight against Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart has had their struggles really on the defensive side of the puck right now. Ramapo, they gave up 8 goals. They lost 4-5 to Stony Brook before this season. They gave up 5 in a win to the University of New England in their last game. Sacred Heart, they haven't played in 14 days. I know we talked about exact days. It's been so long since Sacred Heart has played. 2 weeks to the date today that Sacred Heart played their last hockey game. Rutgers a bit more fresh, a bit more ready to roll than Sacred Heart has been when you talk about the flow. So we'll see what they'll be able to do today. If Sacred Heart kind of has a struggle figuring out their rhythm as a hockey team, Rutgers definitely in more of a rhythm right now. But we'll step aside for everything in just a couple of moments. We'll be right back for this contest between Rutgers and Sacred Heart. Do not go anywhere. And we're back here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Rutgers taking on Sacred Heart today in a contest between two teams trying to find their way in the MCHC Atlantic Division, a divisional opponent matchup. Sacred Heart, players that move up and down between their two teams, a very, very large hockey program. A lot of teams to worry about, a lot of teams to think about, and a lot of players moving up and down. Rutgers, they also added a team this year as well. Two programs really developing in the game of hockey, and a contest between two of them. You've got 60 minutes. Who's got it? Sacred Heart will win the faceoff, and they'll get things working. Rutgers trying to play some defense here, as, again, his history last night was made for Rutgers. Gavin Rieger became the all-time leading scorer in the history of this team here for Rutgers, and Jamie Zimmerman, the fastest player to reach 100 points. So they've got a duo right now with Zimmerman out on the ice at the moment, a duo that just knows how to score. Gorshkov couldn't get on that puck as well. In a way, Arredondo, Tim Downs also will round out the first line for Rutgers and the Scarlet Knights, a team has played some physical hockey this season. Considered 500 on the year. Gorshkov crossing in. And tried to work that out of the corner. In a way, we'll keep this on for the Scarlet Knights. Winding through. Gets that poked out. Zimmerman will hang on. Sacred Heart just stopping the Rutgers attack there, but anyway, takes a shot. That one's saved by Armagon. First save of the night for him. Sophomore goaltender, a young goaltending tandem that the Sacred Heart team has. Anthony Galoso, a freshman, Armagon, a sophomore. The one starting tonight comes out of Middletown, New Jersey. Nunag will take the faceoff. It's recovered by the Scarlet Knights, and there is Gavin Rieger, the new all-time leading scorer for this squad. Trying to get that back out to him. This one being chased away by Basejath. Big body near the corner. There's a shot. That puck sits there, and now back at the point. Can't recover on that one. Sacred Heart with a big offensive chance early in this one. Now Rutgers, turnover, taken back, poked away. Sacred Heart back on it, trying to work with some kind of numbers here. Crossing in, working on Rodriguez. Chance in front, and it's stopped and gotten away. Big back check as Rutgers avoided an early goal here. This will just get sent down. Patapovich will look to hang on. Ivan Patapovich leads his team in penalty minutes. He's got quite a few with 42. Shot up top. What a ripper, and he scores! Jacob Campbell. What a blast. That is the type of shot that you make a physics problem about. What a rip. With 18:02 left to go in period number one, Rutgers leads this one to nothing. Jacob Campbell, the freshman, getting it done. So 1-0 is your score here for Rutgers. An absolute rip. So we've identified our 2 unnamed players. 17:46 left to go in period number one. Again, Sacred Heart had gotten a pretty good opportunity on the other end. Rutgers recovered and created that chance. Now Sacred Heart, they'll have to find a way. Another turnover for the Pioneers. That shot just goes off of the netting. Angris looking to deliver. Can't do it. And now Sacred Heart gets a chance to work things through. Shot total is even. The goal line is not. 1-0 again. He's your score tipped up. Rodriguez might have got a piece of that one. Hepler was working through. Sent into the corner. Angris trying to play tough here. Can't get on the puck, though. Rutgers just pushing around on Evan Vidola. As Vidola takes a blast into the corner, the hand is up, and that'll be a penalty. Just a bit too much. Samuel Genkin. He might have just been set off. Not yet. He'll be in the penalty box, so Genkin, like boarding. So Sacred Heart will take up a man advantage to get things rolling here for their offense that kind of needs it after giving up a goal. Rutgers, a solid penalty kill, 73.3%. Because that's when they kill it on the road. So a penalty. That puts Sacred Heart up at a man advantage. 5-on-4 is the opportunity as we still try to sort things out. And that penalty will go on Gankin. 20th penalty minutes for the Manalapan native. Still sorting out our clock here from this great ice arena in New Jersey. It seems like they're going to actually double minor him. Maybe. We are sorting it out. I thought it looked like just a straight up penalty in the corner. He did do some chatting after. Not sure if he got something else for that as well. So he will get 4 minutes. Gankin was chatting a bit too much when he spun back around, trying to discuss that call. So it would be 4 minutes, and we're still sorting this out here from New Jersey here. And this is a very, very long amount of time to figure out a penalty. I'm not sure if it's a clock issue, but there were 2 calls given out. And we did just have two-minute penalties on the clock. A discussion will go with Sacred Heart here, try to clear things out. This game started a bit after the original 7:10 time, not too long after, due to a game beforehand. Organize our clock here. We got plenty of time. I mean, I almost have time to talk about Miami Notre Dame, I guess. So we have a change. This works into the corner. Gankin will get a 10-minute misconduct. That does not end up being a penalty for 10 minutes. So he's off for 10. It almost looked like he got sent off for the rest of the game. He did not. Hall is about a 10-minute misconduct. He's still on the bench here. There will be a 2-minute penalty as Sacred Heart will look to take advantage. Big body into the boards there. The penalty kill for Rutgers tries to work, but Sacred Heart will send this across, and they've got to get back on as it works through the neutral zone. Tim Ouellette holding on, trying to find the gap here for Sacred Heart. A lot of tough players out there for Rutgers right now as they try to kill this penalty after a long, long delay. This one gotten out of the zone, worked down. And Armigan will have to come out and handle it. So Sacred Heart, minute 5 left on the power play here. Playing a bit aggressive was Nunag. 5-on-4 advantage that Sacred Heart will try to work with. Paraded off the boardings. Basejath looking. Just bounces off of the netting. Downs will get this out of here as well. So far, a really strong showing by the Rutgers penalty kill unit. Just put 4 of their tougher guys out there and they get it done. A pretty strong unit. It's been consistent this season. 30 seconds left on the penalty on Samuel Gankin. And another clear here for Rutgers. That forces Armigan to come out and handle again. Alex Gaffredo had to handle as well. 10 seconds left on the man advantage. Sacred Heart, the Pioneers. And we'll get a whistle. Rutgers, 7 seconds left. They have almost just about killed this penalty as we get a whistle. Too many men leads to a stoppage in play, so a face-off on the end of Sacred Heart as well. It has been so long, I forgot the too many men signal. Just rips off the top of the crossbar. Gavin Rieger. If we were playing the crossbar challenge, he would have won. It's a good way for the all-time leading scorer in Rutgers history to make his presence known. We just saw Jacob Campbell go in that same area. Rieger with it takes another rip as that goes off of the glass. And Patapovic will feed this through. Zimmerman working. First time we've seen Rieger and Zimmerman on the ice at the same time, covered up by Armigan. Rutgers trying to work here. Get a team that can really play some tough offense. We've got 4-on-4 hockey here to get things going after these Sacred Heart too many men. Just goes past them. It's Avery Acuna. Couldn't handle that puck initially. Almost taken away in the neutral zone. Now it's taken away. Ouellette crosses through the blue line and will just dump this in. Outside the circle. Makes a pass up top. There's a blast. That's poked out. Still able to handle it. Feeds it near the slot. Patapovic playing tough. That's taken away. Can they handle, though? Rieger almost with it. Back with Sacred Heart. There's a shot. Just handled outside, worked back to the point. Goes off of skates. Good feed by Rieger. Here comes Zimmerman, just too far from him to really get a good chance at it. Zimmerman will take a body and tries to poke this out in front. Dylan Seals recovers for Sacred Heart. And we have another whistle, hand pass. We continue 4-on-4 hockey at the home arena of Rutgers. Almost turned over in a tough position. Sacred Heart. And they had that one big opportunity. Both teams have 3 shots, but Rutgers has been more aggressive so far on the offensive end. And another good way to recover for the Scarlet Knights. Just bounces outside the corner. If they can lose the race. This is back in the neutral zone as well, though, is Campbell, who's already scored today. Will get on this puck. Gets it back to Inouye. Inouye crosses. Some music accidentally plays. Inouye spins back around. He's got him. There's a chance, and that's bounced off of the paddings. Good save by Armigan. Gorshkov almost had that shot. 5 seconds left on the second part of the 4-minute penalty. Chance set in. Rodriguez is able to get a piece of that. So now we are looking to almost get back to even strength here. Yes, we are. So after all the confusion that's turned over. And Sacred Heart, both teams will have to look and learn to play with even strength yet again. Yeah, the penalty before. We had a bit of 4-on-4 hockey. Bodied up near the neutral zone. And Gorshkov gets that puck taken away from him. Rieger will just feed it over. Rieger is able to get a piece of that puck as well. And Rieger active tonight. Jacob Campbell scored his 9th goal of the season. It always seems when Rutgers starts a season out, there is always that solid freshman that shows up and makes things happen. In a past world, it was Gavin Rieger and Jamie Zimmerman that came out and stood out as freshmen for this Rutgers team. Jacob Campbell already having a really strong year. And that shot was probably the hardest shot I've seen from a Rutgers Scarlet Knight. Rieger with a chance. That's poked away and gloved up by Armigan. The defense helps out their netminder just a bit. A lot of youth on this Sacred Heart team as well. Plenty of sophomores. Not a ton of senior leadership here. Obviously, Evan Kolb helps lead this unit. Daniel McNavich, another senior as well. That goes past Inouye. Just under 11 and a half to go here in the first period of play. That'll be an icing with no cake. 6-4 is your shot total. Rutgers does lead that now as they've started to really establish their presence in this contest after a 10-2 win just last night against Stevens. Trying to make some work of the Atlantic Division. After a lot of changes to where teams play and conferences and divisions that not even the best of broadcasters can properly explain. This is fed up. Chance out in front, has to slide over. Big play by the defenseman. They are just helping out their netminder. Chance around, Arredondo looking. But what a play to slide over. In a way with a chance, trying to feed that in, and he scores! Zimmerman! The fastest player to 100 points shows you why. Jamie Zimmerman finishes the job. It's 2-0. His 20th goal of the season. What a weekend for Jamie Zimmerman. So after dealing with 4 minutes of killing a penalty, they got a bit of a gift with a too many men call to help them out and make it 4-on-4. But after killing a penalty, right after they scored a goal, by the way, they end up going out and getting a big-time goal. The defense did their best to help out Armageddon. There's a chance and a shot. That's ripped up off the shoulder. It'll be a save for the goaltender, but a lot of great defensive plays. Just so much pressure by this offensive attack of Rutgers that is trying to really just make sure every team that plays them knows that they're not going to let up at all. There's a big defensive slide. Armageddon did his work to try to get in front of that puck, but it was a very, very simple goal. Now a rebound opportunity, and they score! Tim Ouellette finishes off the rebound chance, and what a quick way to make it 2-1. The assistant captain and the sophomore finishes that. Dylan Seals ended up pushing the puck in as well to create the opportunity, and Ouellette just finished the job and ripped it up high on Rodriguez. So we've got some goals. 3 goals already. Not even 10 minutes have passed yet. The Sacred Heart, and that's really a position. When you're down 2-0, you give up that third goal to make it 3-0. You're in a tough spot. Sacred Heart with some resilience, making it 2-1, and we've got a hockey game yet again. Bodies behind the cage. And now the Pioneers might have flipped this momentum really quickly. We're in pretty much the same position we just were. Goals were very, very quick within each other. So Tim Ouellette ends up adding a goal onto his total this season. Now under 10 minutes to go, 9-6 is your shot total in this 2-1 hockey game here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Angris crossing in, that'll be offside. A very simple call to make, unlike the one initially in this game. Again, Samuel Gankin still serving a misconduct. See exactly when that maybe expires. We'll find out whenever he ends up coming back out onto the ice. Rieger trying to push this puck in front. Thinking back, Capitano will just push this puck away. Patapovic is able to help his team get this puck away. Nunag is chasing this. Rieger gets a piece. Patapovic dumps this puck into the offensive zone. And Sacred Heart really trying to find their rhythm, trying to spread this offense out. Trying to get clustered right there. Winding through, and couldn't find anyone on that pass. Joey Letizia, one of the first liners today for Sacred Heart. Patapovic gets that pass at D-man, and Rutgers continuing to dump here. So a game that got off to a high pace, now slowing down just a tad here. Nunag trying to work this past. He faces some pressure. Sacred Heart trying to defend their cage after just giving up an opportunity as that goes out of play, bounces off the bench. With 8:18 left to go in the first. I have received information. There was no 10-minute misconduct. It was just the two-minute penalty. So Samuel Yankin, he's done. He's clear. His name has been cleared. Everything is all good. It was a very, very confusing time, but we got through it together. Thank you for sticking with Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Arredondo trying to wind this up. On the near side, in a way. Going to get on that. Gorshkov makes that pass. And Revson is looking to hold on. Puck goes sky high right in front of Rodriguez, and he will just cover up the not-so-flying saucer. 7:48 left in period number 1. They'll get a face-off on this end in the Rutgers defensive zone. And just faces this off the boards. I mean, this was a team that got all the way up to number 3 in the rankings last season. To a slower start. Starting to find their rhythm again now. We'll see just how long it takes for this to become the Rutgers team of last year. Just sits on the blue line. That goes too high. Went off the crossbar as well. Just bounced off it. No rebound opportunity. The Seals will get this out. Hit him onto the glass. Nothing there. Held up top, Ouellette, who scored before. Will lose this puck. This gets bounced off in a way. Looking to hold on here, Jamie Zimmerman, who added on to his goal total today. Arredondo trying to handle it. Arredondo keeps onto it, looking for Zimmerman. Zimmerman couldn't get the stick down. Good piece of defense on Zimmerman. And now Sacred Heart will look to take something here. Fed over. Zimmerman trying to take advantage of the change here. Jamie Zimmerman working through. There's a shot, that's wide. Brady Vea coming onto the ice today as well. Zimmerman back with it though. Near the corner, shot from Vea, couldn't get enough on that. Sacred Heart making some good defensive plays. John Annis will get this through. And we will get a whistle. Shot total is 9-6. The shots have slowed down in this contest. Face-off will be to the left of the netminder. Sacred Heart putting a lot of bodies right in front of him. And that will get covered up yet again. Riley Conway almost made a play there. Another one of these freshmen on this squad. Conway trying to make his presence felt. Only 4 games this season for Conway. But he will take the face-off and win it. Daly, young squad out here for Rutgers. Will Daly, the sophomore as well. Trying to fight for this puck in the corner. Held up by Patapovic as that's wide. Nico Calandra. That goes out. Calandra, a sophomore. Didn't see him last season. There are definitely some newcomers on this Rutgers squad that we saw. That just goes off of the stick. Downs will have to chase his puck. A tough chase here, but Tim Downs falls down, is able to still get the puck to a teammate, but is back with Sacred Heart. Taken by Calandra in the neutral zone. Lifted up. Evan Vadola will just parade this off of the boardings. Daly will chase. And that will be an icing. 5:33 left to go in period number 1. Vea added to his point total last night. Originally he came from Ramapo College. Face off to the right of Armagon, as this will get stopped for just a moment. Dean Campanaro, another freshman. So a big opportunity for this line here, led by Patapovic. That's almost deflected in. Armagon stands tall. Nice body there near the bench of Sacred Heart, trying to apply pressure here. I mean, a big opportunity for this Rutgers team. And Patapovic, a sophomore as well, he was an outstanding freshman as Gankin makes his great return to the ice here. Rutgers really letting a lot of the youth play right now. Campanaro facing some heat. There's Sacred Heart now trying to break back the other way. Chance in, that goes off the skates of Patapovic. I mean, Patapovic is a player that, again, was a freshman last season. He plays like he's a graduate transfer. Just how physical he is, his size as well. It's impressive what he's been able to do. He's such an important part of this team. And Gankin, again, my first impression of him, fiery. Almost got a misconduct. Had some chatter to the official after a penalty. Was probably a couple words away from getting sent off in this game, but he's back on the ice with 4:15. Lofted, Patapovic handles this. Seals will chase for Sacred Heart. Rieger there as well for Rutgers. Rieger tried to just shove his body there and break that up. Wasn't able to do so. And Gavin Rieger, only a junior. I say only just because of what he's been able to do as a Scarlet Knight. And here comes Rieger. Rieger sent over, almost tipped through. There's a chance on the rebound. No, big save from Armigan. Rieger looking again. And that just goes into the neutral zone. Inouye cannot handle, too far from Rieger on the pass as well. Inouye works it back into the neutral zone. Campbell on the ice now for Rutgers. Chance sent in. Back-end opportunity is saved by Armigan. Tyler Armigan, the goalie, here tonight. Given up 2 so far. He's made some pretty good saves already. His defense had a lot of really positive moments. And despite the 2-1 scoreline, had a big sliding stop in front of him by a defenseman. That puck goes sky high, 3-11, out of play. Goals so far again, Jamie Zimmerman, Jacob Campbell for Rutgers, and Tim Ouellette for Sacred Heart, as that one almost had a chance. Taken back. Rutgers. Almost a chance for Gorshkov. That got poked out. 2:52 left in period number 1. That puck handled on by Sacred Heart. And Sacred Heart, the players to move around and help out. Create opportunities for themselves. Rutgers will not stand idly by and let you go past them. They're going to hit you. They're going to play physical. Played into the corner, Patapovic looking for a rip. That's just wide right of the cage. Arredondo trying to hang on, but Sacred Heart back with it. Pioneers with Patapovic. Patapovic with a big defensive stop. Zimmerman looking to collect, but Sacred Heart had an opportunity right in front of the net, just couldn't hang on with a puck. Almost an outstanding chance for Sacred Heart as that goes down as an icing. 2:03 left to go. The puck got lost. It was Zimmerman trying to collect before. That puck ended up just kind of floating a bit. Sacred Heart cannot corral and get an opportunity. Almost had a backhand chance. Could have scored, could have tied this thing up, but they'll get a face-off to the right of Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 3-5 on the year. 414 goals allowed average. Patapovic hanging on to the defensive zone. Sacred Heart has had some decent possession time, but now Rutgers will try to skate quickly. Gorshkov looking at his skate. Offside. I thought his skate almost got stuck in the ice. AJ Angris goes off here. And we'll get a face-off on the near side. This is the closest it can get to us. Campanaro wins the face-off for the Scarlet Knights. Inouye holds on. With a lot of new faces, it's taken Rutgers some time to really figure out how they want these lineups to work. It goes off of Campanaro. I didn't realize where the puck was at first. But now Rutgers again trying to apply pressure. Nice body. That's going to be something there. No. Stick just got tangled up, and yes, now we'll see it. Holding. Getting tangled up there before. And it seems this will be a lot quicker than the last penalty that was called. 2 minutes for holding. That gives Sacred Heart another opportunity, and they will head into, assuming that there is no score, head into potentially the second period to start off on the power play. Obviously, they would love to score before that. Only give about 45 seconds. There's 1:25 left on the clock here in the first period of action. Sat on in the corner. Sacred Heart again. I mean, this is a real opportunity to tie this hockey game up. Near side play. Looking. Strikeout. Rodriguez in front. Sacred Heart looking for somewhere to go with his puck. Back behind. Taking their time. Just under a minute to go now. Chance in front. Rodriguez didn't have to do much for that. Sticks go flying. Pick back up now. Shot near the top. Trying to feed this back in on the redirect. No. Fed in front. Can they get on it? Backhand chance? No. Good defensive stops from Rutgers. Scrum forward in front. It's cleared again. Just not far enough, though. Looking. Chance. Rodriguez goes past him. And they score. 2-2 is your score. Rodriguez got something of that puck, but not enough as it just slid right past him. Ben Bezjath will score and tie this game up 2-2. So a power play opportunity leads to a tie hockey game after the holding penalty. 33.5 seconds left. Shot totals even. Goal lines even. And we've got quite a first period in our hands. Right back to action. Faceoff goes the way of Rutgers. Rutgers was up 2-0 in this game at one point. 2 unanswered. Chance. Gorchkov looking. Shot, no. Rebound chance, no. Taken back by Sacred Heart. The last time a goal was scored, one came right after by Sacred Heart. Just off here with 16.4 left to go. And the energy just shifts a little bit. Both teams with not a lot of time left in this first period trying to make their presence felt here at the end of the first 20 minutes of puck. Face off near the Rutgers bench. Won by the Scarlet Knights. Lofted up. Trying to hand this back up. Gorchkov in front. Neutral zone play. Taken away. Arredondo, no. Zimmerman looked to hand that down. Still 2 seconds left. Gorchkov will just push this back, and that will do it for the first period of action. 2-2 is your score. Goal scored at the end there by Ben Bezjath. Tim Ouellette got the first goal for Sacred Heart. Jamie Zimmerman added onto his 100-plus point career, and Jacob Campbell ripped up the first one for his 9th of the year. We've got a 2-2 hockey game. Still 40 minutes of hockey left to go. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few moments here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Sports Broadcasting. I'm John McCooch, joined alongside you for this matchup between Rutgers and Sacred Heart. We've got a 2-2 hockey game. 13-12 is your shot total. Jacob Campbell scored the first goal of the game for Rutgers. Jamie Zimmerman ended up scoring the second, but then two unanswered goals. Tim Ouellette finished a rebound opportunity right in front, and Ben Basejath finished one as well on the power play opportunity that was given up by Rutgers. Already 6 penalty minutes allowed for this Sacred Heart power play. 1 goal out of it all. There were 2 penalties in 1 go on Samuel Genka and then 1 on a holding later. But we've got a second period of action for you, and here we go. 2-2 game. 20 minutes in a second period. That's going to be absolutely pivotal in this division matchup. Both teams looking to make an impact in these standings. The Metro Collegiate Hockey Conference. Sent down, and immediately a whistle and a trip. Arredondo awaits that one. Jamie Zimmerman will go into the box. 16th penalty minute of the year. But his junior puck at Ridge, USHSNJ. Junior for Rutgers. That's a penalty. Strike sent in, no deflection and redirect for Sacred Heart. That puck gets cleared out of the zone. So another penalty already given up by the Scarlet Knights. Sacred Heart has taken advantage of a chance before with the man advantage. And now an opportunity to do so again, but a strong penalty kill unit. Shot sent in too far of the cage. They'll hold on here. Trying to slow things down, make an opportunity happen. Strike Rodriguez in front of it. He'll make a save. Aaron Rodriguez given up 2 already. The senior leader who came back for this year. Held up top. Working through near the point. Shot sent in. That's too high and wide. And Sacred Heart trying to get back on it. Rutgers really needing to clear. Take it away. Inouye's deflecting that puck. And now he's back on it again. He's got to clear it out. And that he will. Seals will have to chase. Darmigan puts the stick out and pokes it. 50 seconds left on. Line change for Rutgers. They're trying to work quick here as Sacred Heart. Pioneer. Shot glove by Rodriguez. So Rodriguez holds on. They'll get a face-off with 42 seconds left of a 5-on-4 opportunity. So a big face-off for Sacred Heart. They were able to tie the game. Again, another goal could be absolutely pivotal. That puck was deflected by Campbell. But Sacred Heart does win that face-off. Out behind the cage, Patapovich, good piece of work. Ivan Patapovich is trying to hold on to this puck. He's always a player that's just so much taller than everyone he plays against. His presence definitely being felt tonight. Patapovich is 6'5". He's one large human. Sophomore. Almost able to hold on to that feed as Patapovich just pushes this into the corner. 5 seconds left on the man advantage. As Sacred Heart unable to take advantage and get a goal out of it. Some good opportunities and pressure, but now even strength it is back to. Campanaro. Work through the corner. Chance in front. No stick on it, though, for Rutgers. Back with Acuna in the defensive zone. Tried to feed that more centered. This goes off of the boardings. Fed up as Campanaro will hold on. Sacred Heart trying to play quickly here in the defensive zone of Rutgers, but now back with it. Just can't get the stick on that one. It's Wyatt Shea, one of the first liners tonight. Josh Bertelli gets back up to Letizia. 2 Scarlet Knights there for it. Work through. Held near the logo. Acuna. Just marking his man here. Puck chased onto Campbell. Feeds this up just too far in front of Nunag. That puck was deflected. This goes off of the boards. Acuna trying to hold on. No. And now Sacred Heart with a chance. Feeds it over. Patapovic gets out in front of it. Ivan Patapovic is playing a really good shift here. Nunag looking through, and that's redirected. The Pioneers crossing the blue line, working through, and can't get that cleanly on the stick of Kurowski. Angris gets this around, but Seals in good position to hang on. Seals a quick skater in the defensive zone. As that'll go down for an icing. .39 left to go in the second period. 14-14 is your shot total. Not a ton of opportunities offensively. Sacred Heart had a power play already. It's Armageddon. We'll have to worry about a face-off to his right as A.J. Angris hangs on for Rutgers. Rutgers wins the face-off. Tim Downs holds on. Tried to get that across to Genkin, but he couldn't handle that. Gavin Rieger. Rieger looking through. Gets it near, couldn't finish that near the high slot. Tim Downs looking, goes high. Armageddon doesn't have to worry about it. And Inouye all alone in the defensive zone, now has Downs with him. Sacred Heart gets back. Downs. Now with Genkin, Sacred Heart doing a much better job in this second period of keeping pressure on in the defensive zone when they don't have the puck. Seals. And they're just keeping the puck and near their other half of the neutral zone, near the Rutgers half of that neutral zone. We'll see if Sacred Heart can create a goal out of this chance, or if Rutgers, they do a great job with the counterattack. Angris, that puck defies gravity and goes all the way back near the corner with Rieger. Rieger trying to feed this back towards the point, faces two big bodies. A jostle for the puck, won by Rutgers. Gavin Rieger looking, slot shot, that's wide. Chance in front. Another rebound opportunity. Going to feed this back up. Armageddon trying to track this thing, chance in front. Nothing there on the rebound. Armageddon in front again. Opportunity slid out. So net dislodged, and Armageddon gets a bit of a breather. Faced a ton of pressure. 17 shots for Rutgers now, 3 right there, just about. And a face-off in the end of Sacred Heart. Armageddon played really outside of his area there. I mean, that was the Rutgers that we know. Just following this team all season. Gorshkov makes a pass, lofts that up. That might have got dislodged again. Trying to get that back on. Still playing on the other end, though. Revson feeds this away. Arredondo. And it just went 2 away from Gorshkov. So Armageddon had to put the net back on himself. Good work by him. Obviously, a whistle would have been blown if he wasn't able to, but still, this puck almost taken away. And Rodriguez almost had to face some pressure, but 2 bodies are in front of him right now. Near the point, looking for a redirect, almost a chance. But again, just bodies in front for Rutgers, making Rodriguez's job as easy as possible. Zimmerman gets sticked up. Gets tripped up. So now Rutgers will get an opportunity to take a good chance here. Bunch of shots could be coming up for Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights will go on the power play after a penalty by Ben Baesjath, who scored before in the first period. Nunag will take the faceoff. So now we'll see what Rutgers can do on a power play. Only seen it once so far this game. Zimmerman back with Rieger. Rieger, shot. Almost a rebound opportunity. Can he get on it? No, he cannot, and they score! Rutgers immediately scoring on the power play, and it's 3-2. Only 10 seconds in. And who else but Samuel Genkin took 4 minutes of penalty to start this game out. Ended up scoring now in the second. His 5th of the year. The freshman making an impact. 2 freshmen have scored today for Rutgers. Jacob Campbell, the first goal. Samuel Genkin with a go-ahead here in the second. He's got 9 points now on the year. And the Manalapan native making an impact. Rieger with a point. Campbell looking through. Oh, couldn't get that connection to go. So Rieger again gets another point. Fed up on the near side. Nunag, he gets sticked up again. No penalty called. Back with downs now. But Gavin Rieger came into this game. He's got 112 points in his career. Chance back over. Rutgers looking. An opportunity, and it's saved by Armagon, but they end up scoring again. Armagon got in front, and the Scarlet Knights on another counterattack make it 4-2. After a period that started out a bit slowly for them, they end up scoring, and Mateo Nunag ends up adding to his total. 13 goals on the year for the freshman. So another freshman scores for Rutgers. Got 24 points now on the season. This young core for the Scarlet Knights showing out here at home. And before you could even have a breath, the Scarlet Knights have the puck at the back of the net yet again. Angris took a blast there. Dailies. We'll get back to some of the information I had. Rutgers is playing very quickly right now. 11:50 left in period number 2. Held on to in the neutral zone. Couldn't make that connection with Letizia, and we'll get an icing. And Rieger had 112 points heading into this one. He ended up passing Ryan Hilly, a player that we've seen a lot on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. He had 109 points. Sits for second all time. Jamie Zimmerman likely to pass him at some point. So he got his 100th. A lot of great scorers is Tim Downs. Chance in front again. We'll have to fix our cage one more time. Just a really good era right now for Rutgers. They had some good players come in from 2016 on. Anthony Margiotta ended up ending his career from 2016-2023. He had 100 points exactly to end everything out, and Corey Zrinko had 91 for 5th all time. Was held on to on the near boards. But it's really the duo out there right now that when you talk about this D2, D3 unit of Rutgers, as this puck chased by Downs right now and poked away. Sacred Heart have been down by 2 goals before in this game. They ended up getting 2 unanswered after Rutgers went up 2-0. It took a power play to get there. And a big-time crash into the glass. We've got some chat, and Genkin's talking again. So the physicality on display, and this is usually the part of the period where if it's going to get physical, it's probably about halfway through the second. 10:40. After a long first period, this period flying a bit more. Less stoppages. But with the way things are getting chippy, that might change. But if anything, Sacred Heart, good spin to get around his defender. Then right back to him. Looking, winding, trying to find somewhere to go with his puck. Just gets that deflected. Shots in that way too high. Vea bodied into him as well. Go out of play with 10:10 left to go in the second period. Some fun history. Rutgers ice hockey dates back to 1892, where they played a scrimmage against Princeton on a pond, on Weston Mills Pond. took a bit longer to found the actual club. That didn't get founded until 1960. I mean, we talk about Rutgers as the birthplace of college football, obviously, but might also have the birthplace of college hockey as well in the club section. Sometimes things can start very simply. I think that this team started all the way from a pond to being one of the top teams last season. Now Sacred Heart trying to rebound again. Aaron Rodriguez gets on that puck. He lets it go. Risky play, but Acuna is on it. Trusting his squad to get things done, and it's sent back all the way into the neutral zone. It's back in the defensive zone. Big body and a blast near the logo. Jamie Zimmerman, he's not just a scorer, he will hit you. But taken back, Sacred Heart, there's a shot just too far in the cage. And Rutgers back here. This game is getting physical in the second period. Rodriguez couldn't hold on to that one on his stick. This goes past. 9 minutes left to go now in the first. Patapovic looks for somewhere to go. His presence is just changes everything. He falls down, though. Sacred Heart trying to chase this puck. Held on it to in the corner. Rodriguez, a simple save for him. Rutgers looking through. Shot sent in, and he scores! Goes right past the netminder and tags in goal number 5 here for the Scarlet Knights today. And there's Jamie Zimmerman with goal number 2 here tonight. And now Rutgers starting to pull away here in the second period. It's 5-2. Zimmerman with goals number 20 and 21 on the year, so points 30 and 31 as well. We'll get a timeout here. So Jamie Zimmerman adds in a goal, and the Scarlet Knights, after a period, really the beginning of the second period really felt like a lot of Sacred Heart. They put a lot of pressure on defensively. They attacked the defensive zone of Rutgers. But that counterattack that this Scarlet Knights offense is able to produce sometimes is absolutely deadly, especially when you have 2 great scorers. And Jamie Zimmerman being a part of that one today. But they've added really some weapons here. Samuel Gankin is a physical player, a fiery player that you kind of need on a team like this. Mateo Nunag has really just been an outstanding addition, and he tagged in a goal today as well. Just some freshmen on this squad. Really, you're seeing them come out today and this weekend as well. There's a game in your division that you want to win, you need to win. And right now, Rutgers is fitting the bill. A lot to clean up for sure. They let Sacred Heart have their moments early in this second period. They weren't able to allow goals and a lot of penalty minutes as well. But Rutgers did a good enough job on a penalty kill. They gave up a power play goal. But right now they have a 3-goal lead, and you've got to be pretty satisfied with how things have been going here in this period. It was tied up heading into the second. And Rutgers, it's really just been all Rutgers for the past, really just not even too long, but the past 5 minutes, it's been enough to get a 3-goal lead. This puck goes off the glass on the near side near us. Tim Downs working away. That's too far of Rieger, but he almost gets a chance on that pass to redirect. Big body. Campbell comes out of it, though. Campbell with a strike, and that's too high. Gavin Rieger able to corral. Rieger with a feed to Downs. Downs, shot goes off of the post. About as close as you can get. Almost snuck that past the netminder. Can't get this in front. Sacred Heart needing a rebound goal here. Down by 3 in the second. They've had a lot of good play. They just haven't turned it into goals in the last 3 minutes. Just gave up counters by Rutgers.
feed this down behind the cage. Not a lot of numbers back as Sacred Heart trying to change. May have openings up top near the point, but no, Rieger is able to get on this puck fairly easily. In the defensive zone, holding on, and Sacred Heart again allows Rutgers to change here. Almost taken away on a chance by Rieger. Sacred Heart pushing pace down the other way, almost a rebound opportunity. Rodriguez makes the initial save though, and that's enough. Pass towards the near side, and right to Rieger. Pioneers, another simple save for Rodriguez. Good chase from Baysjath. Puck slowly drifts out in front. And this gets cleared all the way down the other end with 6:15 left to go in period number 2. Sacred Heart just trying to get this puck away. With Patapovich back on it now for Rutgers. Patapovich looking through, tough shot. Puck will get saved. We got some pushing and some shoving. Hands up. And a big push. Patapovich just sent him flying. We weren't even watching that one. I just saw a body fly in the air. Patapovich. That's what you can do that when you're 6'5" and just low effort push someone into the sky. And that's a pretty easy call to make. Is caught in 4K. Just easy penalty to call. Ivan Patapovich, I guess, just got a little frustrated and pushed his opponent. I think he pushed Josh Bertelli. I think the funniest part about that was it was just a push and that was it. Nobody came over, nobody assisted that. It was just Ivan having some fun. So we'll get a face-off and a power play for Sacred Heart. Back with it, so Sacred Heart with a shot from Seals. So they've got a man advantage, and they need to take advantage of it immediately. Another case of penalty minutes for Rutgers. Patapovich, I mean, if you were wondering why he's the leader on the team in penalty minutes, it's that. Now taken back, Yankin trying to counter back the other way. He's able to poke this back out to the netminder. Great effort to just kill a few more seconds on this power play. Goes all the way. The official was talking to Rodriguez while that puck was drifting. In a way, drifting back in the defensive zone. But for right now, Rutgers is really taking advantage of this opportunity to kill this penalty, I guess. But they have made it theirs for this first minute. Looking to score shorthanded here. Genkin almost had a blast. Rutgers nearly scored shorthanded. But this is an amazing performance right now by this penalty kill by the Scarlet Knights. Got to go back the other way here. And this will go down away. Puck's iced. And not what you want to see. What really feels like a gotta-have-it power play here for Sacred Heart has turned into just all Rutgers. Already 48 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4. And Rutgers also wins the faceoff with Tim Downs. And Sacred Heart really hasn't gotten a quality chance out of this 5-on-4. Dylan Seals trying to get back down. Tim Downs holds on. He's had a strong performance. This PK sent back towards Rodriguez, looking for a redirect. That's too high. And really the first quality chance. You got to keep this on here if you're Sacred Heart. They do for now. And now they get into the neutral zone. Rutgers again causing some chaos. Sacred Heart winding through, looking towards the slot, can't find that feed. And that'll bring it back to even strength. Still on the end of Rutgers. Shot sent over. Trying to work back around.
And again, a good chance deflected, though. Couldn't find the back of the cage, and Rutgers hangs on. A blast goes awry. Downs looking to collect. Sacred Heart with a prime opportunity in front of the net. Couldn't find it. Near the point now. Looking through. This goes back the other way. Far side chance. Two bodies in front. Rodriguez able to get a hand down. Puck bounces with Rieger. Rieger makes that pass. Good pass. Now the offensive zone. There's a shot right off the mask. And a save from Armagon. Gorshkov with that initial shot. Almost a steal from Rieger. Chance. No rebound. Rodriguez facing some pressure here, but handling it well. Kurowski had that shot for the Scarlet Knights. Initially offside. That's avoided. Inouye trying to get this to a different area. He does. Back with Rieger. Rieger has Nunag. Now he's got it. Chance. Shot too high. Campbell just has an absolute shot. If we did the All-Star Game Skills Challenge, he'd probably win that hardest shot. There's Zdeno Chara won a bunch of those, and now taken back. Sacred Heart. Again, looking for another prime opportunity. They had one before on the power play, right after it. Weaving, two bodies there for Rutgers. Pioneers back with it. Right in front, can't get their chance now. Rodriguez looking to track and is able to get rid of it. Rutgers is. Sacred Heart unable to convert these chances. Back with Nunag. Nunag all alone, he scores! Big time move and just goes towards that left side, 6-2. And that's his second goal of the Knights. 14th on the season. And Rutgers, after Sacred Heart had a bunch of chances, all it takes is one counter, and Rutgers is up by 4 here in the second. Last night's scoreline was 10-2. Right now it's 6-2. They're on pace to repeat. Rodriguez will slip this puck away. Neutral zone play. Poked up. Calandra. And this is the last game for Breakout Sports Broadcasting for a good while. There's a lot of teams will be going on winter break. Conway looking through. That puck just goes wide. Back in earlier part of January. So for Rutgers, they're trying to get a good game in for the big break. And right now, it's really looking like a good time for Rutgers. I mean, Sacred Heart has, again, had some good opportunities, just unable to convert. They had one right in front of Rodriguez. Just can't find the back of the net. 50 seconds left to go in the second. Gankin with a goal, Nunag with 2. Shot sent in, and Rodriguez will just hold on. And none so far for Sacred Heart and the Pioneers in the second. Had 2, had this tied up 2-2 in the first period. Now with 41.2 seconds left. Sacred Heart does also lead the shot total. They had a bunch those last 4 minutes. Again, just couldn't find it. Had a power play, couldn't get that as well. Just a great job on Rutgers and their penalty kill, but Sacred Heart got to finish. Arredondo right back in front. A big sliding save. Trying to poke this puck. Just drifts behind. Kai Inouye. Back with Gorshkov now. 13 seconds. Rutgers looking for one more chance to get a goal. They've already lead by 4. Got Revson. Zimmerman looking. Zimmerman almost for the Hattie and a big save. Armagon able to make that save. Jamie Zimmerman, 2 goals. Nunag with 2 as well. So the third period will be hat trick watch for them. Unless if they get something quick here.
Rutgers says why not, and they pull Rodriguez with 2.2. So they'll get an extra man on for this faceoff. Usually don't see that, but that expires the second period of action. 6-2 is your score. Goals from Gankin, goals from Zimmerman, and 2 from Mateo Nunag. A power play opportunity for Sacred Heart gets soiled, and the Scarlet Knights lead 6-2. Heading into the third period of play, it is all Rutgers. So we head into the final 20 minutes of action here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. We will be right back for you.
And we're back here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Rutgers Sacred Heart face-off goes the direction into the Rutgers defensive zone. 6-2 is your score here. That almost changed right there as Sacred Heart, if they're going to come back in this game, almost a chance in the slot. If they're going to come back in this game, it's got to start now. Rodriguez will just take the oven mitt and cover up. 19-43. But Rutgers has had a really good start. First 2 periods of play, a third period to close out now. But Sacred Heart, they started off really well in the second. Put a lot of pressure on. Just couldn't get goals out of it, and Rutgers just countered and countered and countered. Created their chances, converted. Way back down. Get interference here as well. That's what it looked like. And 27-25 is your shot total. Rutgers took the lead near the end of that period. Sacred Heart had led it even when they were down, so there'll be a penalty as well. I just mentioned the interference call on Ben Baisjath, who has a goal today. One of the sophomores. A lot of sophomores. They had a big sophomore class coming into this game. So Rutgers, in a moment where Sacred Heart really needed to score early in this period, Rutgers will go on a power play. And they scored with Zimmerman 10 seconds into their last one. Gankin driving. Makes it back up with Rieger. Rieger will deflect and spin back around. Rutgers does not have to rush this chance here. They are definitely not in desperation mode. They're up by 4. They want to hold on for a good shot and just expire some time, as Seals will clear this out down the other end. It's very crucial that Sacred Heart's able to kill this penalty if they want to have a chance to come back in this game. Nunag back with Rieger. Rieger looking, there's a rip too high. There was a space there that Armagan left, but Rieger couldn't find it. A minute expired on this penalty. Sacred Heart down by 4 here in the third. 5-8 coming into this one, looking to avoid going to 5-9. Rutgers would go above 500 of the win today. Rieger gets past, crosses in. Gavin Rieger, an all-time Scarlet Knight, feeds this up, and then Armagan will cover up. Armagan gets out in front. Faceoff goes towards the right side of Armagan, who just made a solid save. Back up top of the point. Now the far side. Campbell back up top with Inouye. Inouye looking back with Campbell. Campbell kicks it to himself, has to weave it on the boards. Angris, Captain Angris, looking through. Now back with Angris. Angris fires that away and almost goes through, but Armagan's able to get in front. Campbell feeds it over towards Angris. Angris holds on to it in the corner. 2 Pioneers there. Sent in. Angris again. Penalty is expired, so back to even strength. A penalty successfully killed. They've still got to clear and get it out now. Huge for the Pioneers. After giving up an interference penalty early into this third period, still down 4 goals. Just looking to work their way back into this game here. Winding through. Sacred Heart, backhanded. Rodriguez in front. Can't get that to connect. Shot sent in. Rodriguez with the pad. Under 17 minutes to go now. Looking for the point here. Can't get it back to there. Rodriguez, his puck will lift up and defy everything. Pushing in front. Rodriguez gets a hand on it. Pushing into the cage now. We've got some chaos, and it's calmed down. Where's Patapovich? Push somebody. Not happening. 6-2. Happened before in this same situation. Patapovich just threw somebody after everything was over. But we'll get both teams separated here. Actually, we'll make a call. They'll call AJ Angris on for a penalty. See if that's mutual, as it is. So penalties on both sides. That's probably the best way to clear up a little bit of pushing and shoving. Just throw 2 minutes on both sides, and you clear everything up. You do not want a game like this to get chippy. Both teams are heading out to winter break, getting into holiday spirits. Both teams will get some substitutions on, so Rutgers can try to make their mark in the MCHC Atlantic side of the Northeast section of that league. Big divisional matchup. Sacred Heart has 2 teams in the MCHC. That brings it down to 4-on-4 hockey, which is the best kind of hockey. Both teams learn how to play in some space, and you have to imagine, and you have a player like Rieger, Patapovich on here for Rutgers, with Zimmerman as well, and Acuna. Strikes it in by Zimmerman. He's looking for a hat trick. That's saved by Armigan, though. When you get 4-on-4, you get all these players that can play in space. You have to have your 2 really best players on the ice, best scorers on the ice, and that's exactly what Rutgers has on right now. 2 of the top scorers in the history of Rutgers Scarlet Knights hockey. And Zimmerman, again, he's well on his way to passing Ryan Hilly. Back over towards Zimmerman, got out in front of it, it went off, and that hit hard. Rieger, backhand, Zimmerman looking through, finds it through, they wave it off. They wave off the goal that would have been a hat trick as Armigan was in front. And they wave it off. Player still down on the ice for Sacred Heart. That looks like Joe Capitano. A would have been goal for Jamie Zimmerman is no more. They're helping Capitano off. We hope he is all right. He took a tough puck off of his leg. It's a hard strike. Zimmerman not happy about the wave off. Capitano able to now just skate off on his own, which is always good to see. Hope that's just the bruise he's only going to have to worry about tomorrow, and that's about it. See if he's able to get back out there as well. The faceoff was also originally going to be on the near side of the blue line. Now it's back right next to the netminder. Still 4-on-4 hockey for 1:21 as we sort things out here between the Pioneers and the Scarlet Knights. 6-2 is your score. Still Patapovich, Zimmerman, Rieger, and Acuna. So far, the 4-on-4 has felt like a Rutgers power play, but Sacred Heart trying to use the space here. Taken back, Zimmerman, Acuna with it now. Acuna looking, that puck gets deflected. Zimmerman still got it. Now it's taken back by Sacred Heart. That puck too far, but can they chase it? Right now they can. You need to make a pass. Good slide from Patapovich. Gavin Rieger now looking with it. Trying to spin back around. Zimmerman's open on the near side up here. They get it to him. Jamie Zimmerman looking for a hat trick right now. Skating pass, gets 2 players in front. Almost gets that shot off, my goodness. Was falling down. Got the shot off, forcing the save to be made. That would have been an all-time goal in the career of Jamie Zimmerman. Just what an effort. Would have been on College Hockey Buzz, maybe even ESPN. Chance sent over. That net got dislodged by Rodriguez there. So 24 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey. 34-26 is your shot total. And a face-off will come up near Rodriguez. Couple changes on as well. Both teams will get back to even strength, so we'll have to get someone else back on the ice in 24 seconds of play. And a face-off to the right of Mr. Rodriguez. Face-off taken back by Rieger. Rieger winding through by himself.
facing Seals. Seals applying the seal. Rieger gets that taken back, and now Downs with it, with Inouye on his right. He just dumps this in towards the corner. Arredondo looks, the assist leader, back with Rieger. Rieger looking through, chance for Downs. Downs can't get that shot off cleanly. It was deflected by Vadola. Sits on the blue line. Armigan just has to get in front of that puck. He does. Seals taking pressure from Angris and gets that puck taken away. They're offside now. Got to get back on. Big body out. Arredondo applies a body towards the corner. Some pressure. A glove has come off of Arredondo as well. Fighting for it near the blue line. Now Sacred Heart will hold on to it on their side. Puck is poked. Crashing into the boards. No body comes with Arredondo, though. He takes most of his own hit. Downs looking to chase this puck. Getting this up. Punched away by Arredondo. Gorshkov here in the defensive zone, trying to make some moves and dangles past. And now Arredondo will just hold on. Brian Arredondo, 16 assists coming into this game. That's good for the lead on the team. Angris back across. Shot sent in too far. Back with Angris now. And Inouye will look. That goes off of a skate. Takes it back himself. Comes Letizia. Shot sent in. Rodriguez with the save. Back up top of the point. Now taken back. Near breakaway chance. And now here they come. Here comes Gorshkov. Gets that taken back. The net's dislodged. Gorshkov's got a hands-up push. And we've got some shoving. A net is dislodged, and everyone's okay now. We'll get some changes. This good way to come across. Had to dislodge the net. Looked like Josh Bertelli came in there. Gorshkov almost had a breakaway chance. But Sacred Heart came back and got it done. The defensive stop. We get this net back on its rearings here. The moorings. One of the two. I say they both count. Now the younger side comes on for Rutgers. With Patapovich, Conway, Calandra. Revs it on as well with Vea. Scarlet Knights continuing to hold this at a 6-2 game. Sacred Heart still waiting for another opportunity to score. Rutgers coming off a 10-2 win last night against Stevens. Potentially could get another dominant win tonight. And that goes past them! Just sneaks past Rodriguez. Shot near the blue line and they score. Sacred Heart. It's not the most likely way to score, but sometimes it's how you got to do it. 6-3. Joe Capitano comes back after being hurt. Took a tough puck to the leg, comes back on the ice, and he scores. The junior from New York, Franklin Square, makes this a 6-3 game. So there's that gasp that Sacred Heart needed. But is it enough of a window for them to come back and give themselves a chance at this game? We shall see. Rutgers has done a good job a couple of times this game when Sacred Heart has scored, immediately scoring after. Sacred Heart scored 2 unanswered originally. Then Rutgers scored 4 unanswered. But there's the answer. It just went right past Rodriguez. That's a puck he usually saves. But sometimes they take funny bounces. And now Sacred Heart, another chance here. There's the pass, shot, and he scores right away! Ben Baisheth cuts the lead to 2 for his second of the night. Just when you think the Pioneers are done, they keep on trucking. His second cuts the deficit to 2.
Rutgers on their home ice. Head into this period up 6-2. And now the Pioneers have quickly cut that deficit in half. Can the Scarlet Knights rebound? Now 2 unanswered for Sacred Heart. Here come the Pioneers. There's a shot. Rodriguez gets on it. Had to collect it on the rebound as well, though. And still 11:23 left in this game. Still plenty of time for Rutgers to hold on, but plenty of time for Sacred Heart to come back. There is a lot of hockey left to play, everyone. Back with Seals. Seals on the near side. Kicked up, and that bounces off of the glass. Again, Rutgers is a team that when they get into these situations, they will counter quickly, but Sacred Heart, we will say, we talked about this kind of in the intermission, they travel really well. With a lot of support in this program. It's a very well-supported team in a lot of sports. So Sacred Heart, the momentum shifting in their direction. Rutgers having to play physical now with some pushing. Thing is, Rutgers still has Jamie Zimmerman and Gavin Rieger, and here comes Zimmerman looking for the hat trick, takes a body. Good defensive work from Sacred Heart. Body into the glass now. Arredondo. The stick is broken. Zimmerman's stick is broken. We've got a whistle. There's a tough play on the boards. Zimmerman's stick is broken on the back part of it, on the top of it. Just sits on the ice. He needs a new stick. You have to imagine he's got another one. Or may have to do a lend a stick. We'll see exactly what the situation gets called to here. Your score is 6-4 on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. As a Scarlet Knight team that had a 6-2 advantage has now given up 2 unanswered. And Sacred Heart, a team that looked to be done at points, now has come all the way back and cut the deficit in half and made this a hockey game. So we have discussion. We'll see exactly what the situation is here. And of course, who else would come out besides Samuel Genkin, who's already gotten 4 minutes of penalty in this game. That's how this game started. He ended up scoring in the second as well. Got some frustration. There's a penalty on the board. Rutgers may be on the power play here. We are still awaiting a final clear of everything getting cleared up. But if Rutgers on a power play would be huge, and it is huge. For a team like Sacred Heart that just scored 2 straight and that had a lot of momentum, it's going to be a big time mistake and a blow to that momentum that's gained up. 10:30 left on the clock here in the third. Again, still a lot of hockey left. They've already killed a crucial penalty. They killed one really right in the first couple of minutes. They gave up a penalty. The interference on the same side of the same part of the ice. Now here they come. We've got both penalties. So both teams will go to a penalty box. They go mutual there. 4-on-4 hockey, which you'd have to imagine favors a team like Rutgers. There's a lot of guys that can play in space, but Sacred Heart got some guys too. Falls down. Now working through. Nunag. He's got 2. That just goes far. So 4-on-4 hockey. See if either team can take advantage of the extra space on the ice. Just gets deflected, skied high, handed down by Campbell. Campbell looking for his second. Back up top, just poked out. Sacred Heart trying to wind down the other end. Circle, chance, slot, shot. Big save by Rodriguez, Aaron Rodriguez. Needed that one. Campbell looking, shot, save by Armigan. Both netminders make big saves in this 4-on-4. The face-off in Sacred Heart's end.
And a substitution that you definitely expected. Gavin Rieger and Jamie Zimmerman will come on for this 4-on-4. With Downs and Patapovic as well. Back with Patapovic, the sophomore. Can't find anywhere to go there. Now he gets it back too far in the cage, though. Seals takes a body from Zimmerman. Corner play. Zimmerman. Taking some tough hits from Seals. He just delivered a hit to Seals. Now Seals comes right back with the body. Now Rieger. Rieger makes his pass to Acuna. Backhanded and played. Armigan will make that save. 38 seconds left of 4-on-4 hockey with 9:08. Played back. Face-off here will come back to the right of the netminder. Armigan, who just made a couple of big-time saves. Tyler Armigan. Again, you see six goals on his line tonight, but a lot of great moments by him, especially in this third period. Faced a lot of shots. Rieger makes that pass across the ice. Shot over, and good way to slide out and get that puck away. 20 seconds left in this 4-on-4. Rutgers trying to take advantage. It's even strength, but Rutgers has definitely looked like the stronger 4-on-4 unit. Just can't get that on cleanly was Rieger. That will expire it all. We're back to even strength here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. This gets sent down for an icing, and we'll go back the other way with 8:26. Even strength, and we'll get a quick break to figure out where this face-off will go. And icing as Sacred Heart down by 2. They haven't had a ton of chances since after penalty. Striked in, handed up, and Sacred Heart will corral. Big body over, as here comes Seals. He'll just dump this. Sacred Heart would try to work the forecheck opportunity, and now Rutgers holding on to their defensive zone. Both of those goals by Sacred Heart were scored very quickly. And someone's got to get this out of this corner. As we have the Garden State Parkway at 5 o'clock with some traffic, and now it's cleared. Take it back, Ouellette, who scored before. Trying to keep this puck in. Pinero just grafts this into the corner. It's in front of the net, held on cleanly by the last goal scorer, Joe Capitano. Gankin. Sacred Heart will collect this in their defensive zone, held on to. Got to start working as that just goes too far of Chris Hahn. And an icing. Here with 7:14. All it takes is a big moment from one player to make this a one-goal game in what was a 6-2 game where you headed into it thinking Rutgers was just going to close it out like they did last night. But Sacred Heart has made this a tough contest for them. Zimmerman tries to collect, the body into the corner, held up near the point. Picked back up by Hepler. Hepler skies this up, almost hit the scoreboard there. Sent on towards the backside. Looking near the point, trying to wind this through. It's taken away by Arredondo. Takes some heat. Back with Gorshkov. Gorshkov gets that pass to Zimmerman, but good body near the slot, and we've got a call. Back on the near side, breaking up this battle between Gorshkov and Hepler. Some very kind words to say in the holiday spirit between the two of them. So both players will take a penalty as well. That'll probably send us back to 4-on-4, will. So as I always say, 4-on-4 hockey is the best kind of hockey. Giving me a good amount of it today in the comeback. We'll see if Scarlet if Sacred Heart can come back today. They're still down 6-2. They've got space to work with. They've got Rieger on. Rodriguez let an easy one past him for the third goal, though the second one in this period was off a good counter. We're waiting on. The player's got to sit in the box. So we're all set to go here. Panapovic will collect the faceoff. It's back with Sacred Heart. Sent up down. Hands it down to himself. Crossing near the point. Sent in. Open chance potentially here. There's a shot and gloved up by Rodriguez. Pulls it out of the air and saves a good chance for Sacred Heart. Aaron Rodriguez. He's got quite a glove. You saw it on show right there. Almost 6 minutes left to go. And in a 2-goal game, it can start to get late early pretty quickly. And now Rutgers heading down. Shot taken by Rieger. What a blast by Gavin Rieger! That may be a dagger, and Gavin Rieger sent that puck a million miles an hour, and the Scarlet Knights up 7-4. Gavin Rieger's 17th of the season. And a goal that could be the icing on this one. 6:01 left to go, and it does remain 4-on-4, of course. But Gavin Rieger just ripped one. Right past Armigan. Sacred Heart takes it back the other way. Working behind. Here's an opportunity. There's a shot, and that's poked out. Zimmerman sends it away. Tim Downs back with it. And Sacred Heart will need to score quickly if they want to still continue to have a chance in this game. So that'll go down as an icing. But Gavin Rieger, just nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing you can do. Perfect spot, perfect shot, and Gavin Rieger. And we've talked ad nauseum about his accomplishment from last night. But he's not only, again, the all-time leading scorer, he's a junior. It's going to be a tough record to break going forward as we head into the future of Rutgers hockey, and a lot of that future is on display tonight. Sent back up top, winding through. Opportunity, great tangles, but couldn't finish the job there. Almost forced a penalty as well. A lot of good moves, got to finish the job. Taken back by the Scarlet Knights with Jamie Zimmerman, still looking for that hat trick. As is Mateo Nunag. But again, he's going to extend that point total quite a bit. And so will Jamie Zimmerman. Zimmerman, a junior as well. Chance, back up, in front. Armigan on it again. Sacred Heart. Now a chance to maybe counter. Zimmerman takes it out and just causes disruption. We're back to 5-on-5 as well. Angris comes right on and makes some things happen defensively. 41 shots so far for Rutgers. 7 of them became goals. Taken away. Here's a chance. Almost rebounded in front. Cleared out by Rutgers. Rodriguez got in front. And it'll go down as an icing, so they'll have to go back on the other side again. Rodriguez, your time is still not over. Still pressure to face. 4:16 left of this one. Sacred Heart did a great job earlier in this third period of coming back and making it a 2-goal deficit. It was 6-2 to start this one. The Pioneers not letting up anytime soon. And it would not surprise me if you see a netminder get pulled a little sooner than expected. But now back in front, Rodriguez almost set that up for someone to score on a rebound. But you have to imagine, again, Armigan may come out earlier in the 3-minute mark than you usually see. We'll keep an eye on it and what decision-making goes into everything that Sacred Heart's going to have to do here to try to win this game. Almost skied out. Sacred Heart taking back Genkin. Just couldn't handle that. Genkin back with it. Almost, and now the Pioneers taken back in the neutral zone. Crossing the point. Takes a body. Rodriguez gets the pads on it. Angris just taps it over. Here comes Genkin. They've got numbers. Genkin winding through. Chance in front. It gets poked away. Campanero almost found Inouye. Nice play from Hepler. Genkin takes it near the point. Shots it in, just goes too far. Campanero with it again. Sacred Heart really needs to get this out if they want to win this game. Just too far from Genkin. Angris back in front. Seals with a great job diving down. And it gets cleared with 2:54. Rutgers still pushing offensively. Back away. Kai Inouye driving. Inouye looking. Shot gloved up by Armigan. 2:37 left to go in the third. 3-goal game. Getting down to real desperation time for Sacred Heart, but Rutgers has just held this in the offensive zone as they try to close out and pick up another win and complete a successful weekend. They close out the first half of their season as we head to winter break. BSB also heads to a winter break as well. We'll be back before you know it. College hockey will be back before you know it as well. And they'll go offside there. 2:22, 7-4. Face off near the Rutgers bench. Play near the box. And Rutgers will just hold on to this one in their own zone. Rieger taps it. Back with Sacred Heart. The Pioneers. Great move to get past him. Can they make something happen here, though? Goaltender comes out. There's a shot. Rodriguez comes out in front of it. So empty cage. Big hit in the corner. Slot shot, no. 6-on-5. Chance, they score! They score! Immediately after pulling the goaltender, they score. It's not over yet because this is hockey. 7-5. Hat trick for Ben Baisjath. And the Scarlet Knights are in trouble for just a moment here. 7-5, 2-goal game. The Pioneers have made it a contest. They empty the cage and they score. Never tune out of Breakout Sports Broadcasting. See if they try to do it again. 1:43. Armigan comes out of the cage yet again. We'll get a whistle. We got some officials discussion here. Like there's some situation here. So somebody was yelling at somebody and they stopped the game for a second. They get a face-off near the Rutgers bench. Mr. Genkin, you are a funny man. 139, 7-5 is your score. So, I mean, that stops momentum for Sacred Heart. They had just pulled their goaltender. They had just scored again. And now they're going to pull them again at some point if they get an opportunity to do so, because they have to. It's a 2-goal game, 7-5. I mean, that was bizarre. And Armigan comes out of his cage. Gets dumped down. They got to try to keep this on. They don't. Here's an opportunity here for Gorshkov, but Sacred Heart's able to recover. They don't have a bunch of time here. They've got a minute 15 to try to score a potential goal to cut the deficit to 1. They'd still have to score another one. Again, the cage is empty. This puck is lofted up. Kept on by Sacred Heart. A minute left to go. Here's a shot, and Rodriguez takes it out of the sky. 59 seconds left to go at 7-5. The net is still empty, and I believe nobody's being yelled at. 59 seconds. Face-off looks like it'll go to the right of Rodriguez. Mateo Nunag will take the face-off. Kyan away, holding on. Sends this puck down, all the way down. Not near the cage, though. There's someone looking for an opportunity with an empty netter. Zimmerman not on the ice, but he was looking for a hat trick before. Trying to work this through. Sacred Heart. They've got a lot of it. 32 seconds left. Sending this down towards the empty net. What a rip, and he scores! Empty net goal, and that will do it finally. Gavin Rieger. That just about closes it out with Gavin Rieger tagging on an empty netter. He gets another. Not exactly the rip of the first goal he had, but it's all the more important. But with 26 and a half seconds left to go, a bizarre ending to this game. But an empty net goal. Sacred Heart had an opportunity. They scored immediately after. Now right in front of Rodriguez. He might have to cover up here. He just pokes it away. Shot sent in, deflected. 14 seconds left. And Rutgers shot in. Rodriguez gets on it. Kept in at the top. Near side play. Strike sent in. And it goes away, and that will do it as the Rutgers Scarlet Knights take down the Sacred Heart Pioneers 8-5. 10 goals in their last game, 8 goals in this one, 18 goals in 2 games for the Scarlet Knights. A fantastic offensive performance. You have to give a lot of credit. The resiliency of Sacred Heart. They were down by 4 heading into the third. They made this a game all the way through to the very end. Aaron Rodriguez let an easy one go past him. Made a lot of great saves after that, but a lot in this one. 12 goals, or 13 goals actually. Gavin Rieger ended up getting 2. Mateo Nunag ended up getting 2. Jacob Campbell ripped up the first one. Jamie Zimmerman had 2. Samuel Genkin had 1 as well. Sacred Heart, fantastic game, a hat trick for Ben Bainstrath, a goal from Joe Capitano after taking a blast off his leg. Tim Ouellette, he scored the first goal of this game as well. A great showing by Sacred Heart, a great contest, a great game. 8-5 is your score. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights head over 500. It's been a great way to get back. That was a fun one for sure. Breakout Sports Broadcasting. I have been John McCooch, and I will actually see you another time this time, but we'll see you later. It's winter break. We're gone for a while on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Back next month for the rest of this great season, and a lot of great teams left to cover, a lot of great teams left to see, and a lot of great hockey left to be played. Thank you for everyone for this first half of the season for Breakout Sports Broadcasting. You know, I come back, and now I'm gone again. It's just how this works, I guess. But thank you to everyone at Breakout Sports Broadcasting for waiting for me, for everybody that reached out to me. Everything great. It's always been great. It's great to be back. We're feeling fantastic, and life is back to hockey. It's here we are. Carlo Pascal, Matt Facillo, my crew today. I've been John McCooch. BSB, we'll see you another time. This great team will be back another time. We'll see you again.